everybody, and once again welcome to Pankaj's Echelon Tutorials, and this is a session for Icse 7th grade biology subject, and the chapter is the same, that is respiration in plants and animals, and this is a second part of that question answer session, which was for the non-selina book. Okay, and before we start with today's continuation session, I want to just rectify one mistake that I did in the last video, and that is regarding this particular question, that is here we are. Okay, so let me do that correction first. So this was that question, fill in the blanks. May pharynx is lined from inside by dash lining. Okay, so the answer is not just striated, it is striated epithelial lining. Okay, so I have to add this striated and then epithelial. Okay, epithelial, epithelial. Okay, epithelial lining. So this was what I wanted to mention. And now today's session we are going to start in continuation of where we left. So last question that we did was this fill in the blank scar. This one question. Okay, epiglottis prevents entry of food in the windpipe. Now we are today starting with this next part of the question, that is C. Okay, now what is the question C saying is write one function of each of the following respiratory organs. So nasal cavity, you have to write only one function, so I will write that okay, one of the function is it regulates the temperature of the incoming air. Okay, to match with the body temperature. Okay, so this is one of the important function that I have mentioned. There are other functions also, but this is very important one which I have mentioned. Okay, so it regulates. Okay, nasal cavity regulates. Regulates means if the temperature of the incoming air is less, then it will increase the temperature, and if the temperature of the incoming air is more, then it will reduce that temperature to match with the internal with the body temperature, so that you know the temperature of the body and the incoming air, okay, becomes same. So that is the function, main function of a nasal cavity. Now lungs, what is the main function of the lungs is okay, to take in oxygen, rich air, and to get rid of carbon dioxide rich air. That's it. Okay, to take in oxygen rich air and to get rid of carbon dioxide rich air. This is the main function of the lungs. Okay, then epiglottis, the main function is to avoid the food entering the windpipe and the air entering entering the food pipe. Okay, so epiglottis, what it does is it will not allow the food to enter the windpipe, nor it will allow the air to enter the food pipe. Okay, so it properly guides the food into the food pipe and air into the windpipe. Okay, that is the function of epiglottis. Okay, so the main functions I have mentioned over here. Next question is this one. Study the diagram and complete the passage using the words given in the box. So the words are given here in the box and you have to complete the passage. Okay, so during the process of inhalation, so when you are inhaling air, the dash move downward, the dash move upwards and dash. Okay, so upwards and outward. Okay, so the rib cage, is there rib cage over here? Okay, you have ribs. Okay, so this is the word which will come here. The ribs move upwards and outwards. Okay, is there outward? Yes, outward is also there. So ribs move upwards and outwards. Okay, while the dash moves downwards. Now what moves downwards? When you inhale, the lungs are coming down. Okay, when you inhale, the lungs are coming down, so the diaphragm comes down. So here I will write while the diaphragm, RAGM. Okay, diaphragm. So diaphragm is also used. Okay, so ribs, outward, diaphragm. Ribs, outward, diaphragm. These three are used. Okay, now the volume of the chest cavity dash. Now when this happens, when you are inhaling, the volume of the chest cavity increases. Okay, it increases. Okay, so you have used this also. Now when this happens, then the chest cavity ka volume increases. What will happen? The air rushes into the dash. Now where the air will rush, it obviously it will rush into the lungs. Okay, so do you have lungs over here? Yes, lungs is also done. Okay, now during the process of exhalation, during inhalation, this is all happens. Okay, when you inhale air, the ribs will move upward and outward, the diaphragm will move downward, and the volume of the chest will increase, and the air will rush into the lungs. Now during the exhalation, just the reverse is going to happen. Okay, during the process of exhalation, the ribs move inwards and outward tha na, ribs moves upward and outward tha na. Now it will move inward and downwards. Okay, inward and sorry, the ribs move inwards and the dash moves upwards. So what will move upward? Let me cancel this downwards right now. During the process of exhalation, the what happens is the ribs move inwards. Okay, and the dash moves upward. Now what will move upward? Ribs. Okay, the ribs move inward and the dash moves upward. Okay, so the diaphragm will move upward, because here the diaphragm was moving downward. So diaphragm. Now diaphragm is used two times over here, right? So the diaphragm moves upward. Okay, the space inside the chest cavity decreases. Now what is going to happen? The chest cavity is going to decrease. So decreases is the word used, and the air rushes dash of the lungs. So you will use this word out. So rushes out of the lungs. Okay, now this diaphragm I have used twice, so let me not use this diaphragm now. I'm going to use downwards. I'm going to use. Okay, so during the process of exhalation, the ribs move inwards and downwards. It should be downwards. Okay, and downwards. Okay, this is very ambiguous. Okay, the ribs move inwards and the downward moves upwards. What is this rubbish? During the process of exhalation, it should not be downward, it should be, and the dash moves upwards. Okay, so it should be diaphragm only. Okay, it should be diaphragm only. Right, okay, so that makes some sense, right? Now going to the next question. Next is again fill in the blanks. Okay, organs involved in respiration are called respiratory organs. Okay, so the answer is respiratory organs. Okay, now the exchange of gases in amoeba takes place through the entire body surface by means of dash. So the exchange of gases in amoeba takes place through the entire body by means of entire body surface by means of diffusion. So diffusion is the right one. Okay, then lower animals like earthworm, leeches, etc. absorb oxygen through their dash skin. Okay, so the answer will be through their slimy skin. Okay, slimy skin is the right answer. Then most of the insects like grasshoppers and cockroaches have air tubes called dash. So what are these air tubes called? Trachea. Trachea, trachea. That helps in the process of respiration. Fine. Amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals have a pair of dash that acts as a organ of respiration. So all this, amphibians, reptiles, these are higher classes of animal kingdom. So they have pair of lungs. Okay, fine. In birds, non-respiratory structures are called dash. Now in birds, there are some non-respiratory structures which are called as air sacs. Okay, AIRSACS, air sacs. Gas act as a respiratory organ in fish. So gills are nothing but they act as the respiratory organ in fish. Then in plants, the exchange of gases takes place through dash. So the answer is stomata. In plants, you will find small openings, small pores in the leaves, okay, on both the side, upper and lower surface, through which the exchange of gases takes place. In certain trees, the mature roots and the woody stems have openings called dash. So in certain trees, the roots and the stems, they have openings, and these openings are known as lenticels. Lenticles. Okay. So in the stem and the roots, the openings are known as lenticels, but in the leaf, they are known as stomata. Name the end product form when glucose is broken down during the process of respiration in plants. So in plants, when the glucose is broken down, okay, by the process of oxidation, what is the product? Okay, what are the products formed? So obviously, glucose will combine with oxygen, and the product form will be carbon dioxide plus water, okay, plus energy. Okay, these are the three things which will be formed. Okay, carbon dioxide, water plus energy. Is that clear? Now that's all about respiration in plants and animals from this non-selina book. I think that's all. That's the end of these questions also here. So that was all for this second part of the session, where we have included the question answers of the non-selina books. Okay, so selina book also question answers have been discussed. Non-selina book also question answers have been discussed. Okay, so that's the end of the question answer session on this chapter, that is respiration in plants and animals. In the next video, I'll be coming up with a new chapter because this chapter is almost over. So I'll be coming up with a new chapter in biology. And till then, goodbye and take care all of you. See you.